Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brandon, and this is the BBL After Trivia Podcast, and I am here with the blooming Bree.
It's cold outside. Come on.
But you're still blooming. You're blooming every day. All right, fine. You won't take the compliment.
Like a Venus flytrap.
They still bloom.
I was like, give me food.
Hungry.
Yes, exactly. All the time.
Well, and do you know what, Miss Bree, do you know what BBL stands for this week? That's a yes or no question. Yes or no?
No, I don't know.
No. BBL stands for Broom's Been Lazy.
Huh? Uh-oh.
Broom's been lazy.
Have you not swept the floor?
Yes and no. So there is actually a reason behind this.
Okay.
So I have a robot vacuum that we have named Maxine.
Okay.
And the reason behind the name is because the one that we had beforehand that really decided that it didn't want to work.
Oh,
my gosh. Like the little ledge that we have from the entryway to the living room.
Yeah. It's like half an inch.
Yeah. Not even. Like maybe a quarter. That's a cliff. To Max, the first one. Needy, go. That's a cliff to Max, the first one. Okay. Maxine can like do that pretty well, depending on the angle that she goes.
I was like down or up?
Either way.
Okay.
Either way, like that.
I'm impressed with the up part. Not gonna lie.
No, it's not. Okay, there were random times that Max was just like, "Oh no, this is easy," but like most of the time, Max was just like not able to like do his job.
Yeah. Well.
So, this is his distant cousin Maxine that we've been dealing with.
Okay.
And it's not even Maxine that was the issue.
Okay.
It's the people that made Maxine.
The manufacturer?
Yes.
That's what my brother tells my parents to check when they're mad at him. He says, take it up with the manufacturer.
Oh, man. I need to try to remember that for my parents.
It's good, right?
It is. That is actually quite clever. But no, it's definitely the manufacturer that I'm mad at instead of Maxine, because Maxine's been doing her job. Maybe a little too well.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What'd she pick up?
She didn't pick up anything. Her brushes went bad.
Okay.
And like, it's not like even the full brush. It's like a section of the underbrush that's like, so if you are picturing a circle, which I know I'm doing hand signals in
You're
front of you.
flipping me off over here.
Kind of. So I'm making a circle.
That's better.
Yeah. So with my left hand, up in the front is a brush that is supposed to get the corners.
Okay.
Like the corners and the edges that the ones underneath can't get.
Okay, yeah.
So it's the ones underneath that were having issues that were stopping Maxine from like being able to do her job and everything. But it's only like a section of it.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing like what exactly is stopping that section, or it's smoothed out that section. Like it's not even like the whole brush. It's just that section that's completely smoothed out now.
Is there something on the like charging base where they like sit maybe that it's running up over?
I haven't looked. I know that like the disposal for like from Maxine to like the main mechanism, that is on the opposite side from where the smoothness is. I don't know. It's really hard to say. I just got the parts today.
Okay.
Even though I ordered this almost a month ago.
Yeah, lead times are terrible.
No.
Uh-oh.
It's worse than that.
Uh-oh.
Because I also had to replace... Oh, yeah. Okay. So Bree is seeing a list of names on the TV because we are also watching the Vancouver regionals. That list is all the people that are, well, probably not all the people, but a majority of the people that are moving on to day 2.
Okay. I was just looking, I just caught sight of like one of the names in the corner of my eye and I was like, oh, that's a lot of letters that you don't usually see together.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
No, these are people from all over the world.
Well, yeah. It was like, okay.
Yeah. No, it's when you're not expecting it, I totally understand.
It's one of my favorite part about watching the credits in a movie is seeing how many
yes.
it's like the most like, random last names or first names that you can find. You're like, which looks the most complicated to say to my poor little American brain?
Yeah. So, but okay. So yeah, that's just what you saw.
Yeah.
So
Sorry for the face. It wasn't related to your story.
No, you're good. You're
This
good.
time.
This time. But so the corner brush that I was just talking about, that's on the left hand side of Maxine, that was actually supposed to like be going out according to the app and how many hours I've been running Maxine and everything. Is just like, hey, it's been running this long, you probably need to repair this brush. And it's just like, okay, cool. Because that was also one issue that we had with Max, that some parts were going out, but it hadn't reached the hours for that part.
Yeah.
For us to be able to actually be able to like order the parts. Thankfully with Maxine, even if it hasn't gotten close to those hours, we can still order the parts.
Okay, that's dumb. That
Right.
like wouldn't let you order them. That's dumb.
Yeah, but it gets... This is what I really hate, because
Okay.
with Max I can understand because it hasn't reached hours or close to the end of the hours, even though Max was kind of like a secondhand like vacuum in a way. So like that I can understand because it was registering Max as kind of a new user for me, or at least under me. For Maxine, this is the first time that she's been running, so like that makes sense and all that. I was able to order parts and everything, but whenever I was ordering parts, apparently there were some that weren't available and they were on back order.
Like I said, lead times suck.
Yeah.
For
I
suppliers
was
as well.
not aware of this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If I had at least been told about it, it's like, okay, then it's just like whenever it gets here, it gets here. But because I was not told, this is what the guy told me. And I know that like I can't be mad at the guy because he's just doing what his job is. So like I can't, I literally told him this is like, I know your job is just to communicate what you're seeing and like what information is available to you.
But this is a frustrating situation. I'm sorry.
I said something along that.
Yeah.
But I also said, you need to tell the people that run the website and the app to communicate and make sure that the information is connected.
Yeah.
Because apparently if I had ordered from the website,
It would have been okay.
I would have known that information.
Oh, okay.
But the app that I use every day whenever it came to Maxine did not say anything.
Yeah. There's a disconnect. Hey, we have a bug. Can you guys update?
I mean, I'd love that. Yes. And I
Yeah.
Ooh, so whenever I ordered the stuff on Valentine's Day,
Okay.
I
Hasn't
got
been quite a month. Just almost.
almost. But I got the first, because I ordered 2 packages. Or 2 items. I ordered the corner brushes as well as the floor brushes.
Okay. So the corner brushes came in?
Corner brushes came in
Okay.
like a week later. Like I got like hey, your package is being shipped like that following Monday.
Yeah.
And then I got the package Saturday. It's like, why am I only got one? So I called them I called them Monday after. And I was like, what in the world is going on?
I should have 2 packages, but I only have 1. Help.
It was not a help.
Okay.
It was a mad.
What's wrong? Sorry.
It was a very mad.
Oh boy.
Because the floor hadn't been swept and like
I
weeks.
have a broom you can borrow next time.
I have been actually sweeping. I have actually been sweeping, but because of how busy like we are, like I don't always have time to do that.
Yeah.
So I was able to like get a sweep in today and like a few other times, but it's just
That's right. You did tell me that you did you tell me you cleaned the floor or just that you cleaned up? I think you just said you cleaned up.
I cleaned up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I cleaned up.
But
that was like one of the things because like I like to walk around the house barefoot. And if the floor is dirty, like that's where like my autism kind of kicks in.
you're like, this doesn't feel nice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. And that's kind of like, yeah.
Okay. So the brooms be lazy?
The broom's been lazy is because Maxine has not worked in almost a month. because she hasn't had the brushes, because it's one of those situations that if I try to like run a job with like the brushes she currently has, like 5 minutes in is like, oh, there's an error.
She's got a broken leg. Leave her alone.
Well, but that's why I haven't been working her, because I'm not that mean. I'm not an abuser. I swear.
We love our technology. We take care of our technology.
Honestly, I do try to do the best that I can to take care of my technology, because I know that they're listening, and like when they decide to take over the world, like I hope that they take pity on me, because I haven't been trying to like be that person.
Well, and I mean, it also helps like make your stuff last longer, and
it does.
Like you aren't gonna have to replace everything all the time.
Exactly. Like I felt bad for my iPad, because like that's how I've been uploading the episodes onto YouTube, and like there are times that like I have to constantly keep it in or plugged in while it's running, and I know that's bad for the battery. So like I felt bad for having to do that to the iPad, and I need to save up money, but I know with the whole house situation that like that's not going to help me get a desktop to be able to do that and not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So because that is honestly my next goal, which we need to get out of this.
I was about to say, speaking of the house.
But before I get into the house update.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, we just got to let people know that it's our 20th episode.
Woo woo.
And because of it being the 20th the 20th episode, thank you.
It's a Schnaaaacks.
It's Schnaaaacks. And so, yeah.
And I have polished off 2 plates.
I'd say a plate and a half. You're definitely ahead of me, because I haven't really had a chance to like finish the first plate.
Yeah.
Because I've been talking. So like that's understandable. But yeah, this is a Schnaaaacks episode. So if you hear some,
I apologize if you can hear me chewing.
well, it's gonna be me too. So like I apologize as well. But like that's the reason. But I will say I've already had 2 drinks before you got here.
Man, you weren't supposed to get started without me.
And you're already a plate and a half ahead of me. So don't even. No, ma'am. I'm also not having to drive.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah. Plus, I've been watching the Pokemon Regional that's going on in Vancouver. So right now it's another random video that's explaining who, in Wolf Glick's opinion, because we don't have the sound on, who is the best ground type. So
okay.
Yeah.
I just saw Poison and Fairy up there, so I don't know if it's the best ground type or if it's just like how they connect, how they fight each other.
No. Nidoking is one of the Pokemon that can hit both Poison and Fairy, because its ground typing means that it can attack poison types, and its poison typing means that it can hit fairies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's what he's talking about there. So now he's going on to number 9, who is Rhyperior. But moving along.
Distraction.
Yeah, I know. Do I need to turn the TV off? I mean, our ADHD is kicking in.
I was about to say, you're the one who's going to be jumping in, explaining things.
Yeah, but I'm also like trying to keep my focus on you instead of the TV, because I know what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just see flashing colors. And what?
So do I need to turn it off?
It's fine.
I'm going to turn it off.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But I guess with you running off to go turn off the TV. So we had Schnaaaacks today, and I have a plate and a half according to you instead of 2 plates. But yeah, we've got wings and mozzarella sticks and sweet potato fries, and you said gyoza. They're
gyoza, dumplings,
pot stickers.
Yeah, well, they go by different names depending on the region, like, or at least from what I've noticed, because I first knew these as dumplings.
Well, there are different kinds of dumplings, though. Like, I think that's what's because there's like a million different kinds of dumplings. Like, which kind of dumpling is it? How many times can I say dumpling in 30 seconds?
No. I totally get it. But like that's just why I call them dumplings, because that's how I was first introduced to them. Okay. But I've heard pot stickers and then gyoza. Like,
I love pot stickers, by the way.
So good.
Solid choice.
But I also have like a huge craving for Chinese. If I had more time today,
would you have made bao buns?
I would have made bao buns. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love bao buns. But okay, so but yes, it is our snacks episode, and just that's more just a warning for people to know why we sound different. But Yes, like Bree said, it's time for the house update. So I know you've already been told.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you have already been told. Pablo and I are currently under a new contract.
Yay!
So we are 3 weeks from today. So April 1st. putting dates out there. April 1st is when we are officially done. Like, that is the official closing date. The 31st is when we are going to be like doing our signatures, because the seller currently lives in Dallas area.
March 31st?
Yes, March 31st. So, because... And,
I guess April doesn't have 31 days.
No. Glad you caught on to that.
Yeah. Like February 30th.
Yeah, exactly. I like scheduling things for that day.
Yeah.
But apparently the seller is like 100-year-old man.
Dang.
Yeah, and he lives in the Dallas area. So, like, I've been joking with...
Are you sure it's not my friend's grandpa?
As far as I know.
That's a different story. She
she
has a grandpa who's really, really old.
It could be. What's her last name?
I don't know if I don't know which last name he is. So I'm not going to say, because I don't know. I don't know if it's maternal or paternal.
But that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So, and I've never met her grandpa. So she just tells me stories about him. And he sounds like a cool dude. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's a good thing. So.
But I don't think he has a house here.
Well, and that's the crazy thing. Like, I might have misheard. But like, I think she said that this house was like bought off of estate. So almost like if someone had passed away and then it was like given to him because of will.
Maybe.
So I don't know. I didn't ask for details or anything.
Yeah, but you're under contract. You should be closing on the 1st.
On the 1st, yes. We'll be signing officially on the 31st, so that way we have time for everything to get processed and all that for the 1st.
Nice.
Yes. So like, that's
Woo,
exciting.
Fireworks, applause, clapping, snaps, all the things. Woo!
Yeah. So, but because of that, we're going to be able to put in our 30-day notice for our current place like that day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it'll be a month. So we'll only have that month to like be completely moved out and everything.
Better than a day.
Better than a day.
I was doing an internship that was like 6 months, and so I had to like completely relocate at one point. And my parents came up to like help me like move all my stuff out, but I hadn't really had any time to pack, and I was supposed to be like have another week or something, and they weren't able to come help me, and my car wasn't big enough to like carry everything. And the weather was supposed to get really bad. So I literally packed everything up, and then like they came and helped me like finish packing and then load everything up and then finish the like last bit of cleaning in 24 hours. Cause yeah, it literally was like, so overnight yesterday was like almost 80 degrees. And then today it's like 40. It did that within that like time period,
frame,
like the 12 hours during the day that we were packing. Like that's what it was like.
Where was this from?
San Angelo.
San Angelo to here?
Yeah. So, well, I was doing my internship in San Angelo, and then I think I moved, let's see, it was December. So, and it would have been Christmas break. So yeah, we would have moved my stuff back to my parents' house, but until I could get back into a dorm here, because I was still in school.
Gotcha. Okay. I have a similar story to that. Let's see. The house that we were living in before we moved into the apartment, which is where you've like met me, is when I was living in the apartment. We did not like catch the dates or anything for this situation.
Uh-oh.
We said that our final day and our move-in day was Memorial Day.
Oh, yes, you did tell me about this.
So we ended up moving everything out to one of Pablo's partner's house the day before. Yeah. Turned in the keys at midnight. And then the day after, because we were supposed to move in on Memorial Day, but the office was closed. So it's just like, we can't do anything.
I'm surprised that the office was like, yeah, we'll sign off on this. Like, what?
No, that's how much we hated that apartment complex because they didn't catch it. They didn't realize it.
Yeah.
They were like, oh yeah, we'll have it ready. And then still signed off on it. Like that should have been a red flag.
Yeah.
That really should have been a red flag for us, but we didn't. We were able to save up a lot of money because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
But like, oh my God. So, but yeah. So it wasn't 24 hours like you. It was more like 40, closer to 48 hours, something like that.
I mean, granted, I did not have like a full house worth of stuff or even a full apartment because it was like,
even then that's still not easy to move.
No, it's not easy to move, but it wasn't as much as you guys would have had, I don't think. Because like I didn't have any furniture. It was all like stock furniture that they had at the apartment.
Clothing and all that. Yeah.
I had
So
clothes and like kitchen stuff, and like kitchen stuff was like the biggest thing, trying to make sure that we didn't grab somebody else's on accident because it was like a shared apartment.
Yeah. So I will say that we did have a U-Haul truck that we didn't rent by the mileage. We rented for a full day. So that was fun. Quote unquote fun. Yes.
Yay.
But yes, we're under contract. It's not the one that I talked to you about last on the podcast.
Right.
So it is going to be a little smaller. We're not going to have this like specific space for podcast recording like I was kind of wanting.
Well, dang.
But this one is going to be a lot more affordable for both me and Pablo monthly.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, we were thinking about it because the ultimate goal, like I've told you before, is that we're going to rent out 2 of the rooms to 2 of his partners. And so me being paranoid, I was just like, because Pablo had brought it up and I didn't think about it. But like ever since he had brought it up, like it was just one thing that was just kind of nagging me at the back of my mind. It was just like, what if they move out? Like then we have to make sure that we can cover it.
Right.
So even though it's a little bit smaller, like I think it's a little bit smaller than the current space that we are in. It's still livable.
Right.
So like that's not going to be an issue. But it's just like we're going to be able to afford it.
Yeah, and that's probably a better decision anyway. Like make sure you can afford it without relying on somebody else being there.
Yeah, because as of right now, the broker that we're going through said that the house is going to be about $1,600 a month.
Okay.
Compared to the $1,800 a month that was the original contract. And the house that I really was wanting was more expensive than the first one, so it probably would have been closer to like $2,000 a month. So like this is going to be the better option for our wallet.
And I mean, you could always you own it, right? So you can make changes to it to make like you have the size, right? But like you can make changes that'll up the value, that'll make it what you want. Like it's
oh yeah, definitely. And I get the feeling that Pablo's only going to want to be there for like 5 years, but it's just like 5 years is not going to be enough time to like make updates to the house to where it's going to be a better sell. Like we can do some things, but not enough to really like.
I think you might be surprised.
We're lazy.
Well, yeah.
So no.
Well, okay. So like we had a house when I was growing up, and my dad went through and he like expanded the patio, and that added like a ton of value to the house or something like that. And it took him like a week or 2, I think, if I remember correctly. I mean, it took us a little more time to like gather the materials, but
okay. When you say expanded the patio, like what was that? That was just concrete and then like a like covering?
Here, did he put a covering up? No, but like physically it was bricks and concrete because he like bricked out a pattern on which made it like take a little more time just because it was more decorative, but it looked great. But yeah, he just like framed it out, leveled it, laid the bricks down, put the concrete over it, and it like doubled the size of the patio. And it was like, I think it was worth quite a bit more. Okay. And I think he may have built a cover, but I don't remember for sure.
See, but that's kind of something that similar to what I want to do. I do want to make a path that goes from the backyard to the back gate, but not one of those like, oh, I'm going to throw a piece of rock that's flat and make a stepping stone.
Yeah.
No, I want to make an actual path, kind of like what they did in The Quiet Place.
I have not seen that.
Oh, have you not?
I don't. Okay.
Oh, you're not a big horror fan. I forgot.
I don't do horror. I very seldom do thriller, psychological thrillers, or even worse. Yeah, I've like.
Okay.
Yeah, and my brain does not handle that very well.
That's understandable. Okay, so then just to let you know, what they do in The Quiet Place in order to help stay quiet is that they have built paths going from where they're living to different parts of the city that are on like sand to help quiet their steps.
Okay.
Because it also helps because they live on a farm and they're having to travel through the woods to get to town. So like the sand is actually helping them like travel safer.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking sand. You'll end up with probably plants in the sand, like sprouting out.
I mean, if they did, they didn't show it.
No, I'm like in real life in your house if you wanted to use sand for that pathway.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. Well, and no, that is something that I've like thought about because all you really have to do for that is just get a tarp. Yeah, because what I'm thinking is like just digging a few inches deep, like maybe 4 inches deep, putting a tarp, have like bricks or like a rock perimeter, and then putting sand like in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that. That's something easy. I'm not going to go for complex because I'm lazy. So now I don't know if that will like increase the value, but kind of something like what your dad did. Like I do want to extend the patio a little bit, maybe like do a covering, but also kind of like give it a wall and some window screens.
Okay.
So that way the dogs can have like a place to kind of chillax.
Okay.
But also make it to where the dogs don't bring in as much dirt.
So, well, I guess not. I was about to say so kind of like a mudroom, but maybe.
No, it would be more of like a mudroom.
Okay.
A mudroom patio, kind of, because you can still like, I want to make it big enough to where you can still kind of chillax, not get hit by like weather or anything.
You
or
have
bugs.
Yeah, bugs are not great.
Yeah, no,
Mosquitoes are not my friend.
No.
No. Have you seen The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel?
No.
Okay. So in, I think season 2, they go up to the Catskills and they all have like little cabins and stuff. It's in the 60s. They live in New York. They go to the like mountains for vacation.
Okay.
Yeah. So like in Dirty Dancing, that kind of like retreat situation.
It's been a while since I've seen Dirty Dancing, but I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, they have a cabin, and like that made me think of because they have a screened-in patio on their cabin, and like one of the characters ends up sleeping out there, but it
There's probably more to that story.
Yeah,
but,
no, there definitely is. It's a great series. I love it, but. Yeah, no, that just the like enclosed patio, and you're like, I can put up a wall and some window screens, and I can like still chill, and like they have the furniture and everything, and so I was just like, like the Catskills. So,
but honestly, no, like close to that, yes. If I'm picturing exactly what you're talking about, yes. But I don't know, I just kind of like that idea.
I used to want to, when I was little, we had, like, my parents went house shopping, and I wanted to have, like, a wraparound porch, and I was like, yeah, and then part of this is going to be, like, my dance place, like, my dance studio, and yeah, obviously that I mean, I guess not, obviously, but that didn't happen. Yeah, and I think there was a point at which where I was like, okay, well, in my bedroom, I want to install like a full wall of mirrors and a ballet bar and have like part of it all wood. Yeah, that didn't happen, but it was a nice dream.
No, I totally understand that because with the garage, we're going to have to make that the exercise room. Which kind of sucks, but that's also going to be, there's already a workbench there. So it's like, that's a perfect place for Pablo to be able to do his leatherworking there.
Right.
But with all the gym stuff there, like I kind of just want to be like, well, we're gonna be here for a while, so what if we were to like get mirrors and put them on the walls and all that? Oh, is that the enclosed patio?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. See, well, not as fancy,
Right.
not as like furbished as that one. Definitely send me that so that way I can add it to the like pictures of the podcast that are showing now. If you're watching this on YouTube.
Yep.
But something along that, just something relaxing, just something separate from like everybody else. But I also want to make it to where like when the dogs are coming in and out, like there's another room that catches all of it.
Yeah.
Because it's already going to be bad because one of his partners has 2 dogs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there's going to be like 4 dogs running
Maxine's
around.
gonna have to work overtime.
Exactly.
All the time.
I know. It's going to be an everyday thing.
Poor
and
lady.
Right now, we only have her working like 3 of the 7 days. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. For about an hour.
Yeah, she gonna need more time than that.
Yeah. Well, but it takes her about an hour when we keep her on that consistent schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, as long as things like stay consistent, like it takes her an hour, she's done.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be like with 4 dogs.
It'll be fine. Everything will be fine.
One's a puppy.
Breathe. They won't be a puppy forever.
No, from my understanding, they are close enough to that age that they're just done with the puppy energy.
Okay.
So that's my understanding.
I feel like you need to meet these dogs before you move in with them.
She does.
Yeah.
Needy does.
Yeah.
Because she is going to be the HBIC.
Ah, yes.
Yes. So
She needs to make sure that they know that. Yep, that is an important thing when that is your title.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Because it won't go well if somebody else thinks it's them.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's also because of her that I do want to get like one of those smart little doggy doors and put it onto my bedroom door.
Okay.
So that way Needy has a place she can escape to that the others cannot get to.
Ah.
So like that's what I want for her. Costs $500.
Oh.
And that's if you install it into the door yourself.
Yeah. Let me think. We're gonna add some like saws into that cost too, because I don't think you have those kind of tools.
I have
to cut a hole in the door.
I know people that own like that equipment.
Okay.
Yeah, I can just ask for their assistance because really, I think it's one of those situations that like for this, like if I were to actually do that, if I were to like replace the door so that way if we do sell it, like I can just like put the original door back.
You're like, I'm keeping this doggy door.
Yeah. If it's going to cost me over $700, yeah. Do you blame me?
No.
But
As
no.
long as it continues to work.
Exactly. But no, it's one of those situations that like, I think as long as I get the equipment or I get all the stuff for it, I mark exactly where I want and I try to do like most of the work to where like all they have to do is just make sure that the hole to put the door in is correct. Like should be okay.
I was just giving you a hard time because
I
it'd
know.
be funny.
I know.
You're like, it's $500 for the door. And I mean, that's how like some of my projects go too. It's like, oh, well, the supplies only cost this much, but then the actual tools to do it also cost money. And so at the end, you're like, oh, I've spent 3 times what I meant to. Oops.
No, unfortunately, I know the expenses for everything. It's just I don't want to have to buy everything.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good that you have friends with tools.
Right. Well, especially if it's something that I'm not going to use, like that I'm going to use. I'm going to buy something that I'm going to use for one project.
Well, yeah.
No, no, that annoys me. But okay. But either way, that is the house update. We need to get to another topic because it's already been 30 minutes.
Okay.
So the next thing that we have to do is, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Bree's badge check. While she's loading things up and everything, I'm going to remind everybody her badge check, her milestone that she was supposed to reach was to complete the Elite Four as well as beat the champion. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look into Bree. I need you to go to a Pokemon Center go to a PC, there should be something that says Hall of Fame.
Yep. Actually, it says Pokemon League.
Okay. Anyway, I need you to pull that up so that way we can take a picture to see if it exists and what it says.
Doobie-doobie-doo. I actually did this earlier as it was happening.
Oh, did you?
Because I beat it all.
Oh, well, if you've already got a picture, send it to me and I'll look at this DS.
Yeah.
Do-do-do. Even though that was not it. Continue.
So, yes.
Pokedex 69.
Yeah, I knew you might enjoy that.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, I did it this morning.
Oh, good.
I started it and then I saved it like right before I played. Who was I about to fight? I think I was about to fight Lance, which is the 4th one in the Elite Four, which his whole like spiel and Agatha's whole spiel, who's like the 3rd one, like every time you walk up to them, they have a whole I'm like, are you monologuing me?
Yeah.
You got me monologuing.
It is a bit of, wait, was that just 5?
What just 5?
Was that just 5 Pokemon?
No.
1.
No, I did it should have been 6.
2. 3.
No, it should be 6.
4. Okay. 5.
Are we struggling counting?
6. Well, apparently I forgot someone, but no. Okay, no. Good job. Congratulations.
And I did it with 2 of them below 40.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to keep the audience applause going because I also do have to commend you. Like the first time that I asked you about this, you sent me a team picture, which I think I've already got that one, of the team that you used to beat the Elite Four that you had gotten through. I think the first 2 is what you had told me.
Yep.
And it was with a team that was a range of like high level 20 to a high 40, and then only one in the 50s, which was your Zapdos. Like, good job, because you did not ask me a lot of questions. You only went off of the like few bits of information that I told you. Like, that was impressive.
Thank you.
When you sent me that, I was just like, oh wow.
Snaps.
Yeah. Now I did see a lot of deaths, but
Yes, there were several deaths.
yeah, but like still,
I think I tried like 7 or 8 times. Well, no, I feel like it's more than that. It was probably about 10.
I mean, it was probably still a good amount, but like, good job. Like, I was really impressed with just that first attempt. Now, granted, I also did say like, hey, this is also probably going to be like a good like money grind and everything.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't tell you every part. I know that. But like half of the ending, which there is no milestone. So this is just, you need to like do this one last dungeon and then do this one last punishment task. And that's it.
Dungeon.
Yes. So this is the part that I did not tell you about because I was waiting for the Elite Four.
Well, they're done. They're done skis.
They are
I've
done.
beat them each of them multiple times. I've only beat blue once, but I beat the rest of them multiple times.
So, but I will tell you that you can use them to money grind for Porygon.
Yes.
So, but
which I started doing even more of today.
Good. Because getting that 9,999 coins is not an easy task.
Did you close mine? No, he didn't. Okay.
No.
I was like, I think I have like 2,000 right now.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. So it's, and I tried, I hate slot machines. I hate slot machines in real life. I hate slot machines in this game.
Wait, are you trying to play it to get those coins?
I tried to get some, but I don't like that. And then I taught Nidoqueen Payday. So I've been kind of running around with that and like collecting extra coins that way too. Because I was like, I don't want to have to go to the Elite Four. And then, okay, so here's my problem with the money grind thing with the Elite Four. Okay. So I sent you the numbers earlier this week because it was driving me nuts. But
yeah, it didn't really make sense whenever you share that.
Because you were like, oh, coins. And I'm like, no, money. But whenever you beat the first person, you get like 5,200 monies. Okay.
Right.
And then when
Polka
you
dollars.
huh?
It's polka dollars.
Okay, polka dollars. And then when you beat the second one, you get like 5,500. And then the third one's like 5,700. And then the fourth one, you get even more. But I was getting like past the third one regularly. So I should have 16,000 polka dollars.
Before losing, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, before losing.
Yeah.
Because you
But
should.
I would come back and I would have like 4 or 5. So I was like, why do I have to lose 2/3 of what I just won?
I always thought it was like half.
Nope.
2/3 of your money.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was not nice.
Not nice.
However,
Okay.
if I got past the fourth one, and then so if I got past the fourth one and then I lost to the champion, I did end up coming back and I think I had like 16,000. So I think I got to keep 3 of them and not the fourth.
Okay, so once you got to the champion, you actually made a profit after losing.
More of it, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Which I noticed, but yeah, I kept, and then like you get to the Pokestop like right before you have to go.
The Pokemon Center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you get there and you're like, oh, well, I need to buy potions and I need to buy revives and I need to do this so that I'm not like struggling for my life every time I'm at the end or meeting a new foe and like you can't afford it. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So-
yeah. But now that you got gone through it once, they're still going to be the same level and everything.
Yeah.
So like you're going to be able to know like what you need to do to be able to just get through it over and over and over again.
Yeah, which is basically what I've done for the first 2 already. Agatha trips me up. And then Lance, if I've had a hard time with Agatha, is a pain in the butt. But if I haven't, then it's okay. So.
Well, I mean, since you've already beat Agatha, like I can tell you, like all of her Pokemon except for one are going to be weak to Earthquake.
Yes, but I don't have enough earthquakes like to beat all of them fast enough as well. Because I have my Tauros that knows earthquake.
Okay.
And it only has like 10 times you can use it. There's 5 of them. I mean, unless you have like ethers or elixirs or whatever it is, but I don't have any more of those. Is there another way you can use more? You can have more PP. Is that what it is?
I'm about to look it up, but I believe I could be wrong.
But no, Hypno
It
is
has
what I
been-
was using a lot to get through her.
Oh yeah, because they're all weak to Psychic.
Yeah.
No, I don't blame you.
But then I have to like, so I use, because my Hypno knows Psychic, Hypnosis, Dream Eater, and then, what's the last one?
It is. Okay.
Meditate, but I haven't used Meditate very much.
Meditate only does your physical attack.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but okay. Another item that you can actually use to increase the power points is an item called PP Up.
Okay.
PP Up and PP Max. Those are going to be the things. You can only use like 3 PP Ups on a move and 1 PP Max on a move.
Okay, I think I've used those before.
Yeah. That's how you're going to get more Earthquakes and Psychics and Thunderbolts and all that.
Yeah.
So, if you have it, cool. If not, cool. I mean,
Yeah.
you've already got a game plan on how to like beat her. So, good job.
Woo!
So, now, I told you that you needed to have Porygon, which you're already working on.
Yeah.
But the next goal is to catch a Pokemon named Mewtwo.
Oh man, how did I know this was gonna come up?
What do you mean?
Well, you told me not to use my Master Ball on
Correct.
Tauros,
Or
not Tauros, Zapdos,
Right.
because I needed to save it for Mewtwo, for Mew.
For Mewtwo, because the one that you called Eevee.
Yes. Every time I hear Eevee, that's the one that I think of. It's better now. Okay, I'm sorry.
But it's all good. But no, that's it. Like, once you're done with that, you're completely done with Pokemon Yellow. Besides, like, finishing the Pokedex, but I don't know
That's not happening.
I was about to say, I don't know if you really want to go through that. Because you're not even going to be able to like do all the Pokemon.
What do you mean not do all the Pokemon?
You're not going to be able to catch all the Pokemon. Like, you're not going to be able to do all 151.
Oh, well, it can't get Raichu.
No, you can't get Raichu. You can't do trade evolutions because you need another game, and I don't have another game for you to trade with.
Oh, okay.
So, like, because that's the only way you can get a Raichu is if it's from a traded game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like, if we happen to know someone that has, like, yellow, red, or blue on their DS and is willing to trade, then you could.
Yeah.
But then that's also, you don't have access to the other fossil.
Okay.
You don't have access to the other 2 evolutions. Like, there's a lot of stuff that prevent you from getting a full Pokedex in Pokemon Yellow.
Gotcha.
So
That's fine. I'm okay with the 70 that I will have after I find Mewtwo.
oh god, I think it's like close to like 130 after, like, before the trade evolutions and all those stuff that you can't do like in just one game. I think it's close to like 130, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Like, there's a good amount that like you cannot get without trading. So but no, yeah, that's it, honestly. And there's no like deadline for that. It's just do it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So I at least don't have to be stressed about not making it. Because, not gonna lie, yesterday I was like super stressed that I was not going to be finished. And then this morning, like, I was playing on our way out because I went with Luke to like
See the
check
cows?
on his animals. Yeah.
Cows.
The
Moo.
cows, and I forgot my cowboy boots. So I was out there in the dirt and the mud in my
her white shoes.
my white high top.
Oh my gosh.
But at least they're canvas, so I can clean them, and they needed to be cleaned anyway. They were
Okay.
white, but like if you got close enough, you could see that they were not white anymore because we live in Lubbock.
They were off white.
Yeah. Anyway, so, but no, I played like on our way out there, and I had saved it. Okay, so I played on our way out there, and then I can't
I'm
remember.
gonna get my second plate. All right.
Yeah, he's gonna catch up to me on the food. I can't remember if I saved it right before Lance, right as we got there, or no, I saved it, then played Lance, then got knocked out, and then ended up back in the Pokemon Center, and right as we were getting to his land, or if I did it on the way back. But anyway, so what had happened was I had saved it before playing somebody, and then ended up turning off the DS or going home or something, and I had forgotten to save it after I had lost. So I was like, oh no, that's not good. But it actually ended up being good because I didn't have to go back through everybody, because I like adjusted my strategy from the first time when I got my butt kicked, and ended up actually beating the champion on that, like Lance and the champion. So I was like, okay, that ended up working great. But yes, no, I was definitely stressed yesterday. I was like, I am not going to get this, but I did. And so now I don't have to be stressed about it anymore. And we can start talking about Brandon's challenge, which you actually brought up to me. But I think I like it, and I think we can do it. You look perplexed.
You're going to have to remind me.
So, it is March.
Okay.
It's sports ball related.
Is it March Madness?
It's March Madness.
Okay. All right. That's kind of what I thought.
Which is not going to take nearly as long as this did.
No. Which, we're going to have 2 challenges going on.
Oh, goodness.
So, I want you to finish your challenge, like description and everything. We'll have it written down and everything and all that. But then I'm going to tell you the challenge that I'm also putting on myself.
Okay.
Because it's something that I've been trying to work on, but like I need something like a challenge
To like
to
keep
really
you motivated.
to keep me going.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So yeah, so go ahead. Tell me about this March Madness challenge.
So I haven't fully thought it out yet, except for like you're gonna do it, but
No details, just you're gonna do it.
you will fill out a bracket at minimum. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of have done something similar whenever I was working at the schools. Yeah, it wasn't really something that I was good at, but it's just like, yeah, this is fun. It was like,
yeah. And with it being so much madness, like honestly, even the people who know what they're doing don't always know what they're doing, or it doesn't look like they do, because
I'm just gonna look
crazy.
at their butts. That's it. Like that's worked for a lot of people when it comes to the fantasy football leagues. I know that for sure.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, I know that trick. I know that trick, and I know it's going to work well. And it's going to be something for me to look at too.
I mean, if they have a good butt, in theory, they play good defense, because that means that they're down in defensive stance, using their quads and their booty
using
muscles.
those glutes.
Yeah,
using those glutes.
Yep. Sprinting up and down the floor. Anyway, so I was thinking you do a bracket for the men's league and for the women's league.
Okay.
So the women's tournament starts like a week before. They're currently doing their conference championship tournaments right now. Yes. You look perplexed.
Well, I'm more just questioning, because when does this officially start?
It'll start.
Not the challenge. When do I need to have a bracket ready?
So they'll do selection. They'll do the selection days. And then based on the selection.
What's selection day?
So
What is? What
is selection day? So only 64 or 68. 68.
64.
64? Is that okay? I'm like, I think I know what I'm talking about, and then
Because there's 4 regions, there's top 16, right?
Yes, but there's 4 more that have a play-in, basically leading into that.
Wild card?
Kind of.
Okay. So if it's like the 64, like the 16 from the 4 regions, then yes, it's 64.
Yes.
But is it 4 from each region, or just 4 in total?
4 from, I think it's 4 in total. Yeah, because I think.
Because if it's 4 in total, then yes, it's 68. But if it's 4 from each region, then it's going to be.
Yeah, because there's one spot. So 16, because 16 plays 1.
Yeah.
And 16
because
can be
it's
one
an A
of,
and B side.
Yes,
Yeah.
because 16 can be one of 2 teams who play leading into the tournament. So there's one on each corner.
Right.
Yes. So there are 68 teams.
It's weird.
Okay. But what they do is you have your regular season games, your conference schedule, you have your rankings that the AP poll puts together. There's a committee that basically picks the number, like the teams that get into the bracket.
The bracket.
Well, yeah,
Quote,
I was gonna say the playoffs, but it's not.
No, it's a bracket, and I think most people are like pretty familiar with the March Madness bracket, because it's something that, or at least that I know of.
Yeah.
Like whoever listens to it, which is not many, but like if you've listened to, like if you're listening to this and you're not aware, please let us know, because as far as I know, like a lot of people do know about the March Madness bracket, because it's something that a lot of people do for fun, whether they know what the hell's going on or not.
Yeah.
So.
But they take into account all of the regular season. They'll look at strength of schedule. They'll look at the number of games that you've won. They'll look at what conference you're in, which kind of plays into like your strength of schedule, and make decisions on who's going to be in the tournament based on that. So when they announce that, they also announce their rankings in the initial seeding for the bracket and what regions you'll play in. So they call that Selection Sunday. They'll do it after they have the conference tournaments. So every conference has their normal season where they play normal games, 2 games a week, all that jazz. But so you'll have a season conference champion.
So are you saying that we need to have like a bracket ready for a specific episode because this is going to get posted. Oh, I had it written down for like mine. This episode is going to get posted on March 21st. Mm-hmm. So when are we to have brackets?
You'll probably end up having a bracket. Let's see. Selection Sunday for...
Yeah, like when is Selection Sunday?
Yeah.
Is it tomorrow or is
No.
it the 16th?
No.
Is it the 23rd? Like...
So Selection Sunday, at least for the men's team, is March 16th. I think this Sunday is going to be Selection Sunday for the women's teams. But
Okay.
the other thing is so you have I was talking about, you have your regular conference championships or champions. You also have a conference championship tournament that everybody plays as well. And so what happens there is that every team that wins the conference championship tournament
Okay.
has an automatic bid into the field of 64.
This is getting a little too complicated. Do you want me to just fill out a bracket?
Yes,
and just,
I want. You asked me how they pick
All right.
teams.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting like all this information. Is just like this is kind of a little bit of, like overload just for like one piece of paper.
Yeah. Okay. So after they select the teams that will be in the tournament on March 16th. So we're talking about the men's bracket here.
Okay, so but you're wanting me to do one for both the women's and the men's.
Yeah. So the women's will be a week earlier.
Right. So
it'll
like tomorrow
should be a Selection Sunday.
Okay, so
them.
which Monday I can at least have the March 10th I can at least have a list to go off of to make my own bracket. And then the 17th.
Oh, no, they are also doing it on the 16th.
Oh, so both of them?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so by the 17th I should have two brackets.
You should have teams that you can use. You'll have the blank bracket that'll list all the teams as the regular. And then you have a few days to go in and get it submitted. You just have to get it submitted by, I think, the first day of the
this
tournament.
isn't going to be just something between you and me? Like,
No.
I actually have to submit it somewhere?
Well, if you want to do it on an app, it'll be a little easier to keep track of, but we can also print paper versions and keep track of that ourselves, too. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up doing a bracket for work.
Right.
So,
my office won't care.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I work with a bunch of nerds, but you work with even like
I work with
nerdier nerds that don't care about
nerds.
sports at all.
Yeah. I work with like game and like other kind of nerds.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
We're just all kinds of nerds over here at my work. So
Yeah. I mean,
we do all the things.
and there's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that. Like, but it's just like, I know that my office will not care.
Yeah.
So,
So we could do paper as well.
okay. It's, I mean, paper is probably going to be easier for me to be able
Mm-hmm.
to keep up with. Just because then I can put it in our little trivia folder
Yeah.
that I have that's sitting right next to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that way it doesn't get lost. And like every week you can be like, nope. Yep. All right. Just so that way you can mark it and just like help me stay on track and all that. So,
But my other part of this is I want you to watch at least one game for each round.
I don't even know if I like have capabilities of watching that without you.
Yeah.
Like,
so there is an app that is free that will stream all of the games. And I download it every year. And then when it's done, when the tournament's done, I usually delete it. But I think I actually left it on there last year, but it's called NCAA March Madness, and it'll show all of the games, like through the affiliates and everything.
Okay.
So
Is it something that I can have like downloaded tonight, or is it something that I'm gonna have to like wait?
no, you can go ahead and download it tonight.
Okay.
I have it downloaded. I've had it
Then
downloaded since last year.
Then we'll do that after this podcast recording. Of course you do.
Yeah.
So update available.
Oh, I didn't know that there was an update, but there's an update. See, it's been a year since I opened
Oh,
it.
God.
Which is why I usually delete it until it's that time. But,
yeah.
But yes, that's going to be my challenge to you is I want you to make brackets and then watch at least one game
Each round.
each round.
Is a round usually a week?
A weekend, yeah.
Oh, a weekend.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it depends. So the first round they have 32 games because there's 64 teams.
Right.
So they are literally streaming all day, every day for like 3 or 4 days. But then the next round, you'll have 16 games that you can choose from, then 8, then 4, then 2, then the championship. Which the championship's like always on a Monday night.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mondays are already busy for me, but okay. Especially since I'm going to be moving soon.
But at least you know what Monday it is. Like, because it's already on the schedule.
Yeah, but I haven't seen the schedule yet. So,
Okay,
but
well.
Either way. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, then I might need to make adjustments to my challenge. So, but okay. If that is the challenge that you are putting on to me, then yes, we'll probably need to work out.
Yeah.
Like, work out, have written like out details for it, just so that way I don't forget, because it's one of those things that out of sight, out of mind situations. So, and I want to make sure that like I stay up to date on the challenge. Well, it's now time for me to explain the challenge that I have put upon myself, so that way I can stay on top of things that I need to do.
Okay.
So you just got done with the badge check and everything. I am now going to do a badge check of my own.
Uh-oh.
So,
never mind.
so she is up. I think she's getting another drink because she's done eating, because she's not as hungry as I am. That's a nice way of saying it.
I ate more food than you did today.
We never established that. You only told me about like your meals were only explained. I did not explain like all of my meals.
Okay. Well.
Because you told me how you got like a burger from Blue Sky, but I did not tell you like what I had for lunch, what I had for breakfast, and all that.
You said you had a small lunch. That's what I was going off of.
Yeah, but
And
you don't know what like small means to me.
Okay, sorry. I was trying to give you the benefit over here, but now you're going to be all mad about it. Okay.
You don't know what small means from a size queen.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm just saying.
I also got myself a cupcake, sir. Thank you very much.
And I've got one waiting for me to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't just get a drink.
So, but okay. Had to prove that you were getting a drink.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
it's also sometimes a satisfying sound.
Sometimes, yeah. Depending on how it's done. Okay, so Bree, we're only going to be looking at one side, and it's going to be the side that I'm pointing towards you. Do you see this list?
Yes. I see a lot of Pokemon names on this list.
Yes. That is a list of Pokemon that I need to get uploaded onto the Pokemon Home app on the Switch and onto the mobile app in order for me to accomplish the Sword and Shield Pokedex.
Okay.
That is all from Generation 8. That is my goal.
Okay.
Okay. What I'm having to do, because 2 Pokemon on the... Let's see, what is that? That would be your left side. Typenol and Silvally.
Okay.
Those are Pokemon that you only get one of for each game file at the very end of the game.
Oh, so that means you're going to have to play a game.
I'm going to have to play a game. And that is my challenge. Now, before I show you the milestones that I've given upon myself that might have to be changed because of the challenge that you have given me, as well as the fact that I am going to have to be packing my house up to move.
Keep in mind, I have played Pokemon while watching sports quite a bit.
Right. Right. So I'm not expecting to change much.
Yeah.
But like it's the whole moving aspect.
Yeah.
That's really like that's the only thing that's really just maybe I need to change some stuff. But I think it's still going to be workable if I were to just plan it out and all that. But yes, I've already got a picture of the list of Pokemon that I need for the Pokemon Home, so that way I can show it to the audience. It should be showing right now if I'm smart enough to time it out that well. But yes, Typenol and Silvally, I've got one. I need another.
Okay.
So I have to go play Pokemon Sword, so that way I can get all the ones that are marked in blue on this list.
I was going to ask you what the difference was.
Yeah. So blue are the ones from Pokemon Sword. The purple ones marked are the ones for Pokemon Shield.
Okay.
So those are the two Generation 8 games. It's also divided up by main game, which is the one on the far left, and the two DLCs, which is the middle column and the far right.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the order that they were released. So the DLC ones I can get easily because I can like just bring in from like a different game, get a Pokemon egg of that family line, and then it will count because the egg was made and hatched in that game. So, but you can't do that for Type Null and Silvally.
Okay.
Yeah, so because of that, I have to do this again. But
Have to.
I do, unfortunately, because the ones that I got originally, according to Pokemon Home, are from Generation 7, and I need Generation 8.
So what is Pokemon Home?
Pokemon Home is kind of like a storage system for all the Pokemon that you've caught.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Pokemon Champions app that we were talking about last episode is going to be connecting to that to be able to use it as a way to connect all your Pokemon from the games that you've like been playing.
Okay.
To like use them in battle and all that.
Okay.
Or at least as far as we are told. So
you want to prepare to beat everybody with all the Pokemon?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Kool-Aid man.
But no. My challenge is going to be
Okay, so 3 badges the first week in April, 6 the second, or 2 weeks after that.
So these are the dates that are supposed to, like, our episode, like, upload. So
okay.
For the April 4th episode, I'm supposed to have 3 badges. And then the April 18th, I'm supposed to have 6.
Okay.
The May 2nd episode, I'm supposed to have the champion defeated. And then by May 16th, that is when I should have
everything
in
done.
Pokemon Home the Sword and Shield Generation 8 Pokedex complete.
Okay.
So now I will say, like, from that list, I've got like at least half of them done. Because a majority of them I can easily just go recatch and like have them saved. It's just the Type Null and Silvally.
You gotta finish the game.
Yeah, I actually have to play a game to like get it. So yeah. So that is the personal goal that I have put upon myself. Might need to change the dates just because. But I don't. Maybe not. I don't know. I kind of have a game plan already. But this does go into the picture that I sent you. Bree, go ahead. Look at that picture that I sent you.
This looks like the website that I visited quite a bit trying to figure out how to play Pokemon. Which I was talking to one of the guys that I work with, and he was like, do you know about this website? And I was like, yeah, I've been using it a lot. He was like, oh, okay. And I was like, okay, good. But yeah, he also had some pointers for me, which, Devin, I actually didn't need to level up to level 40 to beat my champion. So thanks.
What?
Though. Yeah, he thought that the 2 that I had below level 40 needed to be at minimum level 40 to be successful. Like he was trying to help me like that. That was just his recommendation, but I managed to do it even underpowered. So woo, go little guys.
No, again, good for you. Good for you on that. So.
And he was like, you have babies. And I was like, I'm sorry. Okay, moving on. The picture that you sent me.
The picture that I sent you. Go ahead, tell the audience what you're seeing, even though they'll see this picture as well.
So they are the possible champion teams that you're going to have to face. So I'm looking at level 60 plus for Aegislash, Dragapult, Haxorus. If I'm butchering these names, I'm sorry.
You're really close though.
Seismitoad, Cinderace, and Charizard is one option. What's
Cinderace?
Cinderace?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the Gigantamax symbol?
Oh, okay. So, you know the terrestrialization that I was pointing out for the Vancouver one? where they had the jewel crowned and all that.
Okay, I was about to say bless you.
Aren't you? So that is the gimmick for Generation 8 is Dynamax or Gigantamax.
Okay.
The Pokemon will get larger. Their attacks will get stronger, but will have only one like secondary effect.
Okay.
Like if it's a water type move, after it's used, rain will start. If it's a grass type move, not only will it do damage, but it will also set up a grassy terrain. Stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yikes. Okay. So, yeah. So Charizard Gigantamax is the like top one on all of these teams, but
Yeah, that's the champion's ace.
Yeah.
So there's like 4 Pokemon that are the same and only 2 are different on each one. And it's based on the starter that you choose. So because you won the challenge, there's only 2 things that you have to do now. One, you have to choose which starter that I get to like play with.
Ooh.
And you get to choose one restriction for my team. It can be a specific type of Pokemon. It can be a specific Pokemon, which you don't know a lot of. So like if you say one, it may not even be in the game.
Yeah.
So, but the only restriction you cannot do as of right now, because I have not failed any like milestones, is you cannot take
A Pokemon away?
a team slot away,
Okay.
or you cannot say that I have to use a specific move, because oh my gosh, there's like over 500 moves at this point.
Yeah. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah.
There.
So
Because like I know I've seen one of these Pokemon. Okay, so I have to pick now?
yeah, choose
Okay.
choose which starter. So the 3 that you see there, those are the fully evolved forms. What it's going to be, and that's going to be the one right next to the Charizard.
Oh.
Yeah, so Cinderace, Rillaboom, and Inteleon are the fully evolved form of these starters.
Oh, okay.
How it's going to work is that my starter will determine his team at the end of the game. If I choose Cinderace, he's going to have the team with the Inteleon. If I choose Rillaboom, he's going to have the team with the Cinderace.
Oh.
And if I use Inteleon, he's going to have the team with a Rillaboom.
Okay.
So he is going to have the team with the starter that is strongest to me.
Okay. Inteleon reminds me of Randall from Monsters Inc.
Okay. I was like, what are you talking about? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. That's what I'm looking
you're
at it
good.
and I'm like, oh man. So,
While you're thinking about it, there's going to be one thing that I'm going to say as a suggestion. I don't think you should choose Rillaboom, mainly because that would mean that he's got like 2 fire types and then 2 dragon types on his team, and it's not like a lot of variety. Like it's bad enough that he's got 2 dragon types.
so are you saying you want something more difficult?
I mean, sure, why not? Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I kind of want you to have Randall on your team. So,
So you want me to have the Inteleon so that way he uses Rillaboom?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I want you to name it Randall.
Is that the restriction?
No, I just really want that.
Okay, just know
What?
that that's not something that I have to do. Like that's just a preference, unless you are stating that it is a restriction.
Okay, wait. So the restrictions were like you have to. Oh, I forgot already.
No, you're good. Sorry, I was eating, or else I would have reminded you. Have a specific Pokemon on my team, which you only know like a few of them. So if you were to say one, you might be saying one that's not even in that game.
Right. I turned it off.
Say that I have to have a Pokemon of a specific type on the team, which there's 18 types, which is 3 more than what you were playing with.
Okay.
And the only well, I guess you could, because there's like over 500, you could technically say that I have to have a specific move on my team somewhere.
Okay.
But the only restriction that you cannot say is that I lose a team slot.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. That's cruel. And I'm nicer than you are.
Okay.
Which we established before this, because I haven't beat you up yet. Okay, so I think that you should make your starter whatever the starter is to get Inteleon.
Okay, so you want me to have the water starter?
Yes.
Okay, so that way he will have the grass starter on his team.
Sure.
The Rillaboom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that you should have to have a a grass type on your team. I was gonna say like the bell ones, but at the same time like Bellsprout or something, but I don't.
That's a grass type.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're actually in the game, so I'm just saying you have to have a grass type. So.
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't remember if they are or not. I know they're in the Generation 9, but I don't know if they're in the DLC.
So yeah, you just have to have a grass type.
Okay. That's easy enough right now. So the water starter that I'm starting with is going to be Sobble.
Okay.
That I know. Yeah, you have all the ideas of what that is.
No.
And then you just want me to have a grass type on my team by the time I beat the champion.
Yes.
All right, cool. I can easily do that. Mm-hmm. All right, so then with that, with us being over an hour, oh my God, over an hour into this podcast, and we still haven't even talked to the trivia game.
That's what editing's for.
But we haven't said anything or talked about anything that needs to be edited, so.
Oh, that's a funky looking thing. It's also kind of cute.
Which one?
The Sobble.
Oh, you're looking into it? Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. No, it is a cute Pokemon. So, Bree, actually, I think we need to cut this episode. We'll talk a bit more about like planning and scheduling after the recording.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead, cut this. We'll talk about this trivia game another episode because there's going to be a lot going on. We are going to be interviewing some people. We're going like I said, I'm going to be moving. We're going to be dealing with both March Madness stuff as well as my personal Pokemon challenge. So I think this will give us more content to talk about, especially since this episode is already over an hour long.
That's fair. Yeah.
So, but Bree, where can they find us?
You guys can find us on YouTube and on Spotify and on Instagram, all at BBL After Trivia. Don't forget the After Trivia because you'll get some real different results. Aren't us.
Unless that's what you're looking for and you're trying to find us, but you find that, look for both. You never know.
I mean, it did show up in a mix earlier when I looked us up on YouTube myself. So,
oh, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
We were definitely like the first things, but you scrolled down a little bit further and you got the other.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we're the best of both worlds. All right. But yeah, we were singing some Miley Cyrus
I'm singing
stuff.
in my head. It's fine.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, please find us on those platforms. And if you have any questions that you would like to ask us or just want to share something, go ahead, email us at bblaftertrivia@gmail.com. If it's a question that you want to ask us to test our knowledge, just put trivia in the subject line. If it's a question that you have about the show, put FAQ in the subject line. Or if it's a fun fact that you just want to share, please put fun fact in the subject line. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Brandon.
And I'm Bree.
And we will be back later.
Bye.
Bye.